so much that you don't want to like nobody else because you feel you are him or her or whatever you want to say. You feel you're that person. Nobody's better than me. And that sometimes can push your ego to a point of not respecting others' journey and others' path. So I think that's a huge point right there, because I think I've been there. I remember like one of the illest lies Nas said is, I hated too once. Like he said, like even when he came up at one point, he was a hater because he wanted to be that dude. And you thought you could dim in other people's light is the only way you could shine, but you can actually shine together.
Right. And I'll never forget this. I was I had came down to Atlanta. This was like 2010, 2011. And I was with B.O.B. And he was working on one of his mixtapes, and I'm on 2 of those records on his mixtape. And he had a show in Amherst. No. He had a show somewhere in Georgia. It was like a college show. Mind you, B.O.B. at this point had Nothing on You out and Airplanes out. So like he's like one of the biggest artists out, right? And before he goes on stage, he says to me, Mickey, he was like, I would trade all of this to be respected like you. He said, I would trade all of this to have the respect and the love that you have and get from other rappers. Mind you, this is a guy who's every city he's going to, 2,000, 3,000 people in the crowd. It's all white people, right? And it made me think about MC Hammer when he was looking into the crowd and he just saw nothing but a sea of white people. Like he wanted to see his people. Like B.O.B. was saying this to me because not only did he want the respect from other rappers and lyricists, but he wanted his people in the crowd. And, you know, after that particular project, then he started to do more urban records because he desired that. He wanted that. And when he said that to me, I didn't really understand it at that point because it was like, bro, like I don't want this respect. This respect is barely paying my bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had just left his crib. He had a huge house, you know, in a gated community. He had people running all through the house doing things for him. And I'm like, I got a 2-bedroom apartment in New York City, man, like barely surviving. Why do you want what I have?
Right.
You know, so it goes to show kind of like that respect. Like when I walk into a room where there's another MC that does this, they're stopping to greet me and vice versa. It's like, yo, this guy's high level. You know, the whispers of this guy right here, even though I don't have a hit record. And it's the same thing with you, Words. Like you walk in and you introduce yourself, niggas is gonna be like, oh, this is Wordsworth. Yeah, no. That motherfucker he raps. Even there was this thing, Currency was on Drink Champs, and they was talking about the XXL freshman cover, and Nori brung up Mickey Factz. He was like, we still trying to find him. Currency was like, that's my man, though. And then Nori had to be like, yeah, let's give it up for Mickey Factz. And then he said, but Mickey Factz can rap. He was like, I don't care where he is. That nigga can rap. And to me, that is what he went from clowning to respect. Like, wait a second, I might be, let me relax. He can rap.